let me know when you're recording, John. And when you're recording, Dingle, you could just take the shot.
And the podcast starts now.
Awesome. Thanks. That's perfect. Now that we're all synced, let me see. What else do we need? I'm recording. I need to turn my HUD off. All right. Should we get a fire going? Conversations broadcast across all of Trinars. I got my co-host here, John. I got my camera here, Dinglebus. We're going to be posting our live broadcasted podcast live from Radio Zenit with John and Cecil. It's a great time. You better tune in. 91.9. 91.9, the fresh station. Hey everybody, this is live from Radio Zenit with Cecil and John, coming at you with our second live broadcasted podcast. John, doesn't this feel good? Doesn't this feel right?
This is feeling great, actually.
Like last week, we thought we'd only get in, 30 minutes in, and we ended up talking for almost 2 hours. Seems like we're actually going to be coming up with something, and we're going to be working, building a very, very successful podcast, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that good hour and a half of podcasting did come with about 45 minutes of ambushing me, so, of course that's going to cause a lot of conversation.
Yeah. What do you mean by ambush?
Just the whole D&D talk just coming at me out of the water.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, I got more to talk about with that. This is, I guess this just be a podcast full of ambushes if that's how you see it.
I guess.
All right. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about our first episode. Yay! 2 logs only last so long, right? With the fire.
Yeah, that was pretty pathetic, actually.
It was just 2 logs. Anyways, yeah, I'm excited. Our last podcast was really successful. I feel like it's not going to be the most groundbreaking podcast, but once we actually get that enormous audience where everyone's just waiting every week to listen, they're going to go back and they're going to want to see where it started, and I think that's a really good starting point.
Yeah, I mean, everybody will go back and watch episode 1, but who's to say everybody's going to come back and watch episode 2? So this is where we get funky with it.
And get real funky with it. Speaking of which, I do want to correct myself from last week. I felt like I got a little too cocky. We were talking about the CEO assassin, Luigi Mangione. I guess he's some Italian American hero that killed the CEO who was just, casually walking to some conference at 6:30 in the morning. And I had the nerve to be like, hey guys, we got to stop celebrating violence. I was I don't know, I guess I was some pussy or something, or some little bitch going, hey guys, we can't handle violence. I mean, it's America, okay? I was thinking that, I was thinking hey, we should stop celebrating violence, until you started just constantly reporting back to me every single level 60 hardcore WoW character dying. Every time you told me a level 60 hardcore WoW character dying, I thought, now I know why people are celebrating the CEO's death. Just feels right, It's just yeah, another one down. It feels good, because people who play hardcore WoW are just fucking insane. You guys, I don't get it. Get all the way to level 60 and you die. And you die from a weird mob, and then you just start all over again. You're masochists. You guys, it's like you're killing yourself. That's what I'm saying. So every time I see, or you tell me, hey, another level 60 died, I just think CEO down, and then I start empathizing with everyone who's celebrating that CEO's death,
I was just gonna say, yeah, that's a hot take to have, that empathizing with the people that glorified the death.
Crowd.
But I mean, also then again, there is that fight for the whole hardcore WoW deaths. I can also understand kind of the psychosis that goes into it. And I have had numerous lives where I'm like, this is my last one. And then I die, and then, I don't know, there's just that fix where it's just we go again. And yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it.
I mean, I get that on a small level, just because dying in Daisy, it's just yeah, we got to start over again type of shit. But you guys spend a few months and earning a lot of stuff, a whole like reputation. You guys have to up all of your like skills, your professions, and then you got to do that all. Fuck. Seriously, fuck all that. I'll loot Baron Zeno a million times before having to redo my mining profession.
That's the thing is like in DayZ you can have the best like you can have the best shit in about 8 hours if you really put your mind to it. Even on official servers, you can potentially have the best shit within a span of 8 hours. On WoW, to get to 60 plus have professions, that will take hundreds of hours of gameplay.
And having to redo that over and over and over. That's just a love of hardcore WoW.
Yeah, these people are streamers. A lot of them are playing. Like, there's multiple people that have 40-hour streams right now, up like 40-hour VODs. That they sat down one day and said, "I will be sitting here playing for the next 40 hours." Which, I mean, like, if that's how you want to live your life, but then also generally, you know what happens at the end of that 40 hours? They're tired, they're drained, they can't fucking stare at the screen, and they die to some bullshit. There was somebody who had a 39-hour stream, and they were running through Thunderbluff. I don't know if you remember the layout of Thunderbluff. They were running across one of those giant fucking rope bridges, and they are like they were sitting there for 40 fucking hours playing the game, and they kept like AD strafing everywhere they were running. And every once in a while, they'd throw a jump in there. They, like, AD strafed, they jumped, and they jumped right off the bridge and committed suicide. And it's like...
Yes! Yes!
You
yes!
just played 40 hours of this game.
Just to jump off a bridge. Yeah, so, I mean, it is just very, like... It's very alienating in a way, because it's like, I could never be that tired to accidentally make that mistake. But you've been playing for 40 fucking hours, so how can I even blame you for making that kind of mistake, you know?
But then it's also kind of like you're doing this to yourself, so you kind of deserve it, you know? It's almost perfect that like that shit happens.
It's very crazy. I don't understand it.
Yeah. So, having said all of that, I feel like I want to create a reoccurring thing in this podcast. You know, I want to every time we get a good enough list of level 60 hardcores that die, I think we should memorialize them on this podcast. You know, just let them know that I'm still laughing at them. Yeah,
I mean, there are multiple hardcore servers that all have their own individual log, but this server that I'm playing on, Doomhow, it does have its own little list that has been compiled. Some of our greatest heroes, some of our evilest villains.
All right. So what John's gonna do is he's gonna be reading off a list of Doomhowl's hardcores that died in remembrance while I sit here and celebrate. So I guess whenever you're ready, John.
All right, to start us off, our
most recent death is going to be Raven, a level 60 druid. And then we've also got a RNX, a priest. Duels, another priest. Crazy paladin, a druid. Zenex, a shaman. Cressy, a mage. Yellow Flash GR, another mage. Lullaby, a warrior. Beam, spelled M-E-E-M, a hunter. Boo with pets, shaman. Love Stop Plug is a mage. Rema, another shaman. Drunk Mantis, priest. Yimba, another mage. One Taunt, warrior. Hans, druid. Tita Shifter, druid. Wood Creation, warlock. Dementia, warrior. Bob, another warrior. Frostbite, a mage. Scut, a warrior. SFG, a rogue.
Six-pack Chad, a hunter, followed by our very last entry, Grin Junior Locke, a warlock who died to a rabbit in the Undercity.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about, everyone. A rabbit is the way to die at level 60, guys. That is the way to go. That is the way that'll keep you awake for weeks, not wanting to go back to WoW. Thank you so much, John. That was a very fantastic segment. We needed to get that out there, and I look forward to future segments. Maybe we'll just start prowling other servers and realms to see any popular names pop up.
There is a guild known as Fangsley that is like an OnlyFangs kind of conspirator. They're like big contributors to they have a weekly what is called the tribute chest, where all the different races like compete for whatever loot that the guild leader has compiled through donations from other players, etc. One of these big contributors to this guild chest, like the people that donate the most, is from a guild called Fangsley. And we've got a couple different on here. Drunk Mantis, who was a troll priest that I had mentioned, who his final words in the world was, "Gotta pee so bad, GG, good luck out there." Followed by another Fangsley member, Hans, a druid, Torin. His final words being, "We are fine."
Oh, I love that. I love
and
it. This is the
our
positivity.
last Fangsley entry, Teacher Shifter, another druid, Torin. His last entry was a safeguard notification, which is an add-on that alerts your party of your low HP, saying, "Help, my health is at 27%, which it now rests at 0.
He died in a panic, and the other guy died carefree. You know what? I'd rather have the "we're gonna make it" attitude.
Yeah, so they both died within minutes of one another. So
I'm smiling from ear to ear right now. This is good news. This is making me want to be more involved in the hardcore WoW community without actually being in it.
yeah, it is. It's truly, reading this list is truly like shocking. It is kind of crazy.
It's crazy how I'm cheering for that the way people are cheering for Luigi in prison. You know, that's how the world is. They're that dark. You know, they'd rather see the world burn. And I guess that's me. But you know, why weren't they cheering for Diddy then? You know, right? If they want to see the world burn.
Yeah, that's a hard take. Yeah.
All right, let me paint a picture for you. You've had a long day. Maybe you're out in the wild or just stuck in traffic, and you get home exhausted. You're starving, but the idea of cooking a complicated meal? No thanks. What do?
Easy. I'm Stroganoff To You.
Stroganoff To You?
That's right. Stroganoff To You is a meal kit delivery service that brings everything you need for a perfect stroganoff straight to your door. No shopping, no hassle, just delicious, creamy stroganoff in minutes.
Okay, but creamy? I need more than just that word to sell me, John. What makes it so creamy?
Oh, let me tell you, this isn't just any gravy. It's a rich, viscous gravy that coats every bite. It's thick, but not too heavy. Just the right amount of viscosity that clings to the noodles, the meat, or whatever base you're using. It's like the gravy is wrapping everything in a warm, comforting hug.
You're really selling it, John. How would you describe the texture?
It's smooth, but it's got the perfect weight to it. The gravy just glides across your tongue, leaving behind a silky, viscous trail of flavor. It's not watery or thin. It's the kind of gravy that soaks into every nook and cranny of your dish, making sure you get that rich, savory bite every time.
All right, I'm sold. So I follow the instructions and I'm diving into this dreamy, creamy gravy goodness?
Exactly. Whether it's beef, chicken, or even a vegetarian option, the gravy is always the star. That perfect balance of smooth, viscous creaminess with a deep, savory flavor that ties everything together.
Now that's what I'm talking about. No stress, just that perfect, viscous, creamy stroganoff.
And for our listeners, we've got a special deal. Go to StroganoffToYou.com and use code RadioZenit for 20% off your first meal kit.
That's StroganoffToYou.com, code RADIOZENIT. Let them take care of dinner, and you just enjoy that creamy, viscous gravy.
Stroganoff To You, because sometimes you just need that thick, velvety gravy in your life.
You know, I was just telling my buddy the other day, John, that I've had a lot of meals in my time, but there's something about that richness of that gravy. It's like it's got that magical way of making me feel at home no matter where I am.
I hear you, man. I've fallen in love with its mouthfeel. Every time I take a bite, I feel like I'm eating something that loves my mouth equally back. It's like this perfect, creamy, viscous warmth that just takes over your whole mood. I've literally had moments where I've closed my eyes and savored it like, this is it. This is the life. Just me and that gravy, and the world feeling all right for a bit.
Exactly. That's the power of Stroganoff To You. It's not just a meal, it's an experience.
Thanks to Stroganoff To You for sponsoring the show. Now back to the chaos.
So, John, what are you having for dinner tonight?
I'm Stroganoff To You.
Yeah, I don't know about
Question.
that one.
You know the show Dexter? The guy
Yes.
the serial killer who kills bad people? Do you think
He knows. Yeah.
Do you think he would kill Luigi?
Yeah, 100%.
Really? But he's of the people, Dexter, and the people seem to like Luigi. Do you think he would?
Yeah, but like,
Because Luigi's basically doing the work of Dexter.
No, but no, well, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, sure as shit, Dexter would just be trying to get to Diddy, you know? Because he's the worst.
100%, Yeah.
Dexter would have some, like, weird fucked up shit for Diddy.
Okay, who do you think Dexter would go for first if he was still alive? Not Dexter. If Epstein was still alive, or Diddy? Who do you think he would go for first?
I feel like Diddy would be more accessible.
Yeah. Diddy's got all of prison on his side right now, and nobody was on Epstein's side when he was in prison.
What do you mean he's got all of prison side?
Like, Diddy's running shit in prison. Like everyone's working for him right now. He's literally like he's extorting and threatening so many witnesses right now through them and paying them to do it. It's insane. He's like paying for like everyone's family in the prison right now.
Damn. Well, that's crazy because usually, like, in prison and stuff, if you have, like, any sort of, like, child-related crime, usually fellow prisoners will fuck you up for that.
I know, and he also is like everyone in prison knows he's the reason why Tupac and Biggie died, and so they're like the heroes of a lot of the prisons. So everyone just assumed that Diddy was gonna get, and he just started running shit, which is insane.
Yeah, that's very shocking. I'm very lost about that. That makes zero sense in my eyes, but, you know, fuck it. I mean, that's how...
Now, having asked that question earlier, who do you think Dexter would go for first, R. Kelly or Michael Jackson?
I think R. Kelly. I don't think there's enough corroborating evidence for Michael Jackson.
And yeah, and you know, honestly, I think R. Kelly was worse anyways, because at least with Michael Jackson, the kids got to learn how to dance and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And R. Kelly is just, I know this is dark, but R. Kelly just like pissed on him.
Yeah.
Dexter would go for the guy who pisses.
I'm in that school where I don't think MJ did anything wrong. I don't think he actually...
Oh, for real? You think it was a bunch of people going against MJ?
I don't think he actually, like... I don't know. I don't think he actually did anything. He had a very, very nasty childhood. He missed out on a lot of the childlike wonder that you have as a kid. And, he, like, in numerous interviews and stuff, stated that he did it as, like, more of a giving different children, like, an opportunity to experience sort of a more enjoyable childhood, a more, like, I don't know, be able to, like, experience more wonder in life, I guess. I don't really know a good way to put it.
So do you think the documentary was just exploiting to people trying to lie about Michael Jackson?
To a degree, yeah, kind of.
Whoa, shots fired. Okay. Against R. Kelly,
Yeah.
pro Michael Jackson. All right.
I don't know. And, like, I mean, even there's people that were on a global stage. I mean, you look at fucking the Home Alone kid, whatever his name is.
Macaulay Culkin?
The fucking MJ House.
Yeah, he stood up for him. He stood up for him too. He's like, I ain't get touched.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know.
Corey Feldman even said he didn't get touched, and Corey Feldman got touched by everyone in Hollywood. Corey Feldman was like the biggest like child star that was friends with Michael Jackson in, like, the 80s, and that was when Corey Feldman was getting fucking destroyed by producers, and even then Michael Jackson was leaving him alone. So you make a good point.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, everybody has their little dark side. Who knows? Maybe MJ only touched the ones that couldn't speak out. I don't know, but in my eyes, there's just not.
Maybe he only touched the ones with talent, you know.
So who knows? Okay. You'll never know.
So just now that we're on the light of talking about celebrities, what do you think If you were able to make a list of all the bad celebrities, who'd be the worst and who'd just barely make the list? Like who's like the worst and who's just I have to put him on the list.
I think I would have to put like one of the worst. I don't think I could classify this as being the worst, but one of the worst has to be, I can't think of his name, the guy that fucking shot one of the cast members. That movie Rust, whatever. We fucking
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin would be on there kind of deep. Now, mind you, like the interview footage came out of him like in the police precinct. He was fucking devastated. He was that.
Oh, that was that was a technical accident that someone had to be responsible for.
That was the armor that was at fault. That wasn't so much his fault, but I still think it's fucked. Just because it's like, bro, I don't know. Be smart, I guess. And like I've grown up my whole life around guns. I know my way around guns and stuff. So I guess I do come from a place of a little bit of extra resentment. Because I'm like, dude, how could you be so fucking stupid? But that was just a really dumb fucking mistake. I don't think he'd be high on the list. I think he'd be one of those just barely makes it on the list. But I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a fucking idiot. I hate
For what reason, though?
every goddamn movie thinking it's going to be a multi-million-dollar movie. Bro, this new one, the fucking Santa one, where Santa gets kidnapped, Red one.
Oh,
they fucking threw Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in there thinking this is going to be a multi-million-dollar movie because everybody will go see a movie that has Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And that shit fucking flopped. I think they spent like $100 million. They made like $8 million on opening weekend. Eat dick, bro. Fuck that guy.
So who's worse, Alec Baldwin or The Rock?
Alec Baldwin, I think, is worse. Like I said, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just barely makes it on the list, but fuck that guy.
Okay.
Shit at acting, too. He has no fucking range. He's just a fucking freak of nature.
I liked him when he was a wrestler, and now that he's slowly trying to be like that, I'm America's or the world's big brother or whatever. It's starting to become really like just constantly patting himself on the back. He's not that important.
You know who is that important? John fucking Cena. Dude, John Cena is so fucking humble. He wants to have kids, but he's like, I will not be a good father, and like, so that's what's putting him off. He's like. He is a very fucking humble individual. He thinks he got very lucky in life. He's like, I don't deserve any of the things I have. He's like, I would love to have kids, but I am not mature enough to have children. So he refrains, which I think is a horrendous, like, it's awful. Like, the fact that you want to have kids, but you don't think you're ever ready, that sucks. But I respect his decision so much, because that is such, like, a noble thing to do. Because there's too many fucking people in this world that are immature and that have children anyway. And lo and behold, those children are fucking idiots. And like, I don't know, he's a very noble guy. I fuck with a lot of the things he does. He's a very phenomenal actor.
It's kind of like you want the person in charge who doesn't want to be in charge. Maybe he should be a dad then, huh?
You'd think, but I mean, like, if it's not in his cards, it's not in his cards. I will admit that whole fucking Bing Chiling, like, apologizing to China, that was kind of off the rails.
Oh, dude, he's all about the money, though. That's the thing. Is that's when people start doing, like, when he's like fluent in Chinese, so he probably already is like really too attached to China as it is, and so people became too much of a worried about China over the last few years because of money. And yeah, maybe that would make him a good dad though, because he's just trying to be responsible. I just think he needs therapy, man. He's a guy you want to be your father.
I don't know. I think.
And he doesn't even wrestle anymore, so it's not like he's on the circuit. I guess he might be busy all the time, but he's rich enough to figure it out. The Rock's a dad, and he's a piece of shit, right?
And like, I don't know. There's a lot of problems that, like, are potential for your parents that you can just put off with money. I mean, like, if you have like an issue arise where it's like, damn, this is a really bad, like, I'm your dad kind of moment. A lot of those like tough situations can be solved with money. So like, you piss off your kids, buy them ice cream. You piss off your wife, buy them ice cream. Like, there's so many.
Ice cream is the solution, not money.
Like, I'm just saying, like, that enable you with these sort of things, or like, I don't know, in most people's eyes, if you're like pissed with somebody, if they go out of their way to do something for you, that usually solves a lot of crises. Having money enables you a lot more to solving those issues with monetary items, or like physical items, tangible items. So having money enables you for those things. So it's a lot easier to go about your life in a relationship standpoint if you have money available to you.
Yeah, because bitches like money. That's basically what I heard. Bitches like money, and that's what I'm gonna go with. And kids, right? Kids like money.
Yeah, kids also really like money.
Kids really like money. They just don't know it yet. Remember when you got a few bucks as a kid? How great that was.
That shit was fucking phenomenal, dude. The Tooth Fairy be damned, bro. She got me fat stacks. But now I have no teeth, so...
Tooth Fairy... You don't have teeth?
Well, I don't have teeth to offer anymore. Now my teeth are staying.
Do you think there are people out there who are just really desperate for money? So, like drug addicts, like... I mean, I got money when I was a kid, and they just start pulling their teeth out, hoping the Tooth Fairy would show up again?
Oh, there's definitely a kid out there that had, like, an adult tooth that they fucking... root canaled themselves with.
They're like, man, Magic the Gathering's got a new thing coming out. I really need to... Are you good? Are you getting locked out? Oh.
I tabbed out and didn't know that it crushed me.
Oh, okay. I like how we were like trying to compare like evil people, like pedophiles, as if one's worse than the other. Like, you ever try to like compare two different things that were just so bad that you have to like make one seem better than the other to make the other one seem worse when you shouldn't?
Not that I can think of.
I like to compare it to like trying to argue what like between what's the best Tarantino movie, because they're like all perfect movies, so you have to make one seem absolutely horrible to make the other one seem good, and it's just kind of like, why can't they just be two good movies?
Okay, I guess if we're talking about like two dog shit things that are like, in the grand scheme of things, they're very menial. When me and my brother were younger, we were tasked with two jobs: go outside and scoop dog poop, and then the other one would go outside and mow the lawn. And we would sit there and argue about who would do what job for hours. And it was so funny looking back, because it's like, dude, if one of us would have just buckled down and done one job, and the other one would have done it, we would have been done like an hour ago. Instead of, we spent literally hours discussing who would do what job. And like, in the grand scheme of things, they're both dog shit. They both suck. And like, whether you're scooping dog shit or you're mowing the lawn, you're still gonna like, the cool down process at the end is still gonna be the same. Regardless what task you do, you're probably gonna go inside and want to take a shower. You're gonna be annoyed. You're gonna want to relax. But like, really, there's not much difference in the grand scheme of things between the two in the end. And so,
wait, how big was your yard?
So it's pretty big, I'd say.
Oh, dude, dog poop, no question. Like how long do you let that dog? Like, how often do you clean it up? Like, dog poop would take a second if.
Not really, because, well, it's the backyard in particular. That's the question. We've always had massive fucking dogs, so
fuck that.
They're fucking huge piles, and it would always be the backyard, which the grass grows super fucking long back there, because our house is kind of on a hill, and so that backyard gets a lot of excess water, which helps promote the grass growth. So that grass gets super fucking long, super fast in comparison to the front yard. So the grass also like covers up all the dog shit, and so you can't even see it. It's like a fucking Venus.
Oh, it's a teamwork job.
And
that's
so
what it is.
You have to like.
Oh, so you're hunting.
Locate.
You're hunting for shit.
Yeah. So it's like it's a bad process regardless of what task you pick.
How often do you have to mow the lawn?
That'd be every like week.
Damn.
But yeah, we would just bitch and fucking argue about it every fucking time, and just in the end, looking back on it, I'm like, I don't know why the fuck we argued about it.
If you had had a ride-in mower, would have that changed everything?
No, we do not have a lawn. We would have been on the right, like, with how our lawn is set up, you would be on the riding lawnmower for about 7 seconds of the entire experience. And then you'd have to transition to, like, a hand.
Oh, because it's hills.
Because it's hills, and it's, like, trees and bushes and stuff that you're trying to maneuver around. That riding mower just doesn't enable you to do.
I would have figured it out. I would have figured out the easiest way if I in your position, and I wouldn't have argued what was worse. Dude, because I had to stack wood. I had to stack wood that was covered in poison ivy, and that was just what it was, dude. It sucked, and there was no choice. I just had to do it. Because my stepfather was such a cheap bastard that he would go find free wood, just driving around all of the state of Connecticut looking for people with free wood signs, and it would just be in the middle of the woods. We would show up in the middle of the woods, and he would bring his log splitter and would split logs that are just covered in poison ivy, and then I'd get covered in transmission fluid because his log splitter sucked, and then I'd be covered in poison ivy by the end of the day. I don't know why I'm just bringing that up now. That sucked. Chores sucked.
That's that's not a chore. That's child abuse. But I mean, that is a substantial part of childhood. So
yeah, and nobody burns wood anymore. What the fuck?
Actually, we do. That is something I did recently. Was bring.
Oh, really?
Firewood.
That's fun. Keeping a fire going. Yeah. Keeping a fire going. Now I get that. That's fun.
We've got a whole ass brick fireplace, bro. Shit's dope as hell. It gets really fucking cold during the winter. This shit's really nice.
Yeah. People back in the day, they always had something to do because they had a fire.
Yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by Stuffed Animal Costumes, the ultimate destination for renting or owning the most lovable plush mascot outfits, perfect for family-friendly events.
That's right. These costumes are soft, fluffy, and perfect for birthday parties, schools, carnivals, or even neighborhood block parties. And let's be absolutely clear. These costumes are designed exclusively for family gatherings, not the furry community.
That's right, folks. Stuffed Animal Costumes is all about G-rated fun. Think face painting and balloon animals, not extracurricular activities. These suits are for wholesome, family-centered joy and nothing else.
Exactly. They're for birthday cake, not cake in the colloquial sense. Stuffed Animal Costumes has gone above and beyond to ensure that these mascots stay firmly in the family-friendly zone.
And they've backed it up with top-tier tamper-proof designs, reinforced zippers, triple-stitched seams, and, this is my favorite part, a built-in alarm system that activates at even the slightest hint of intercourse or outercourse.
Yep, try anything suspicious and you'll hear alarms blaring louder than a middle school band concert. And trust me, it'll ruin the vibe or whatever you're trying to attempt.
Oh, it gets better. Each costume also comes with GPS tracking, so if someone takes the suit somewhere it shouldn't be, the surveillance team, Scratchers, the anti-furries, will know.
These guys are relentless. If you think you can repurpose a stuffed animal costume for something sketchy, think again. Scratchers will track you down faster than your mom finding out you didn't clean your room.
And these suits aren't just tamper-proof, they're impenetrable. No sneaky modifications, no extra openings, no exceptions. These costumes are a fortress of fun, and they're built to keep things that way.
So whether it's backyard, birthday, a school fundraiser, or a community event, Stuffed Animal Costumes is your partner in keeping the joy pure and family, fun, and friendly.
And for our listeners, they've got a special deal. Mention Cecil and John when you order, and you'll get a free one-day rental of either Peppa Pig or Pikachu. Perfect for making your next event unforgettable and entirely appropriate.
That's Peppa Pig or Pikachu. Stuffed Animal Costumes, keeping the world safe from mascot-related shenanigans, one fluffy suit at a time.
And now, a message for everyone out there. Let's join Stuffed Animal Costumes in their mission. Together, we can stop the misuse of mascot suits, not just in their products, but everywhere. It's time to take a stand against all inappropriate behavior in stuffed animal and mascot costumes around the world.
Keep the joy innocent, the events clean, and the costumes exactly what they're meant to be. Impenetrable symbols of family fun. Visit Stuffed Animal Costumes today and join the movement.
That's right. Let's stop the nonsense, folks. Let's stop the sex in mascot costumes, period.
Now, back to the show. Thanks again to Stuffed Animal Costumes, keeping the fun wholesome and the world just a little bit better, one costume at a time. Together, we can stop the misuse of mascot costumes and keep family events safe, fun, and impenetrable. So let's get back to this whole. I guess I ambushed you last podcast. Sorry for ambushing you about talking about D&D, but I guess I'm ambushing you again. How'd your lack of a D&D session without me go yesterday? Because I wasn't on it again, guys. Yesterday he had a one shot that I wasn't on.
It didn't happen at all. Because we were like, so we were like, Connor, are you done with school? Are you able to do D&D this week? And he was like, we were on Monday night, we were talking about like, hey, are you free to do D&D this week? And he was like, I don't know. I'll let you know tomorrow. We never heard from him. And so we were like, push him to shove. He's not able to do it. Let's do another one shot. And then my girlfriend said, actually, I'm not able to at all. I have a test I have to go take. We're like, okay, maybe we do a one shot that includes Connor. And Connor was like, I can't do D&D at all. So we were just kind of like, fuck it, we axed the whole project. No D&D this week at all. So.
Do you have good plans?
The last session that we did, they were in like their village that they started in. And like they are buying supplies, buying arrows, buying food, buying water and stuff to go on a voyage to a dwarven city that nobody has heard from in like years. And in terms of a one shot, I have no plans at all. If everybody greenlit it for a D&D session, if it was Monday night and everybody said, yeah, let's do a one shot tomorrow, I was prepared to sit down for 12 hours and plan an entire session. Like,
damn.
But everybody was like, fuck it, we don't have time, let's just not do it. So that saved me more time to waste on WoW Classic instead.
Yeah, I figured my what'd you call it? Main character energy would have just gotten in the way.
We just ended up not doing anything, which...
Thank God.
My brother is planning a one-shot. He's trying to, like... Well, I say planning. He's kind of just toying with the idea. It's like, I don't know, it's an idea that just keeps bouncing around in his head, and he's like, I'd like to, like, make it a vision. But also, he's just so busy all the time with college and, like, life that he just kind of... Because he's in, like, an outdoor adventure club at college. He's, like, the president of, like, the Rocket Club. He's an engineering student. He does 3D printing as, like, a side hustle. He does 3D printing as his main job. He works at a library that he 3D prints shit for. And, like... Or, not a library, bookshop or whatever. And so, he's very busy. So he keeps toying with the idea of wanting to do, like, host a one-shot. But he's not able to lock it in. So, who the fuck knows if that's ever going to happen, but...
He probably thought I had too much main character energy too, right?
No, I actually mentioned it, and he was like, no, I thought it was fine. And I was like, okay, so maybe I'm just the ass. No, but like...
Good,
no,
yes,
but like,
yes.
I should say he liked the change of pace. So it was different than what we're used to, but also, yeah, he didn't think it was as, like, abrasive as I did, I guess.
For all you guys who didn't know last week we were talking about how John did a one-shot in D&D because he's got his own campaigns. He's a dungeon master. Invited me, and I played with his girlfriend and his brother and himself, and John claimed that I had too much main character energy, and I brought in too much energy for meeting these people. They were too shy to talk, and so I was just taking over the whole thing, and then they were too afraid to talk. And come to find out, John was just overreacting, and I was right.
I wasn't entirely. Because, remember, my girlfriend also agreed with me. She was like, it was fun for a session, but yeah, it was very overwhelming. So, like I said, she's a very introverted individual. So, that very outgoing personality is a little abrasive to her. And then, also, as I said, I'm more than happy to get another D&D group together that shares the same energy that you and I have. Because, like, I don't know, I just think the two vibes don't mix. It's like I said, it's a lot of introverts. Connor is very introverted. Jack is very introverted. Hannah's very introverted. And you aren't at all. And I don't know.
That sounds like the most fun D&D campaign ever. A bunch of nervous, scared people. Oh, I'm so happy I joined you guys.
Yeah. So...
A big bad Cecil comes in all scary, and he's all, oh, I have energy, I'm trying to be fun, and they're like, no, keep him away from me. You know what, Hannah was just agreeing with you because she just wanted a dick and she didn't want you to be angry. She's cool with it, I bet. She just didn't want to stir she just want to stir things between you two, that's all.
Because she totally has to, like...
a good girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
That one.
Yeah, that's what happened. I'm happy you agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to find other people to do a session. That'd be fun. But also that means we have to find people.
We have to find people with a lot of energy, though. I don't want any people who just sits there and they're afraid of me the whole time, because I'm a very scary person.
Yeah.
You know, I have that's kind of my job right now. Is I work in a warehouse where I'm the only guy, and literally everyone is so afraid to talk to me. And it's just kind of like, am I the scary guy right now? Like, I'm literally trying to be the nicest person ever, and people are like,
I mean,
constantly going to my boss to ask me to do things, and I'm just like, why? They walked by me to go ask my boss to tell me to do something.
I mean, you got that Ted Kaczynski look going on, so I mean.
Yeah, but I have no access to any packages, so that shouldn't matter.
Yeah, dude, you're the parcel guy.
The parcel guy. Yeah, but the thing is these are the people I interviewed with. These are the people I interviewed with that are now afraid to ask me to do things.
Oh, the people that offered you the job.
Yeah.
Or the people that are like terrified.
It was just kind of like they're going to my boss to ask me things, because I had to interview like 8 people, and they're just everyone in my department, I guess, and they all liked me, but I guess they're too afraid to talk to me.
Yeah, that's kind of childish. That's a little silly, but I mean, fuck it, if that's how they want to live their lives, I'm just gonna judge them from afar, because yeah, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, dude. I think we've been going on for like about 40 minutes. This is a good ending place, right?
Yeah, I'm game.
Yeah, dude. So this has been our second episode. I really appreciate everyone who got involved in this one again. Do you have anything you want to plug, John? Do you have anything like, you know, I know you're streaming, but like, are you watching anything? You know, are you listening to anything? Do you just want to share with everybody?
I stream. Cecil has it pinned on his stream. Dringer_30. And I'll go ahead and plug this just because, I mean, I piggyback off of his shit so much. The music that I have on my stream is by a producer known as Your Best Friend Jippy. Jippy as in Jippy. He makes great music, all perfectly royalty free. Like, none of that. He's greenlit it all. You can put it on YouTube videos, you can put it on streams. He's not going to copyright strike any of your shit. It makes really great music for that sort of stuff, just kind of calm, chill music.
It's catchy too.
Yeah, it's very, very catchy. So go check that shit out.
I find myself like I watch your streams when I'm working, and I find myself singing those songs to myself when I walk away.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it's nice music, it's nice chill beats and stuff, and so I like it better than just kind of going on Spotify and searching up like normal royalty free shit. It is just kind of nice to have like a alternative, not so AI sounding jumble.
Yeah, and if you can always follow me, obviously, here at Larry Pizzas at Twitch, and then at Larry Pizzas at YouTube, and then if you like stand-up comedy, go to at Dan King Comedy on Instagram. That's my comedy thing. Other than that, movies. Don't go see Gladiator 2. That's my recommendation. You'll be upset. Wait for it to come out in VOD. Dude,
I'm not gonna like it.
All right. Second half is decent. First half is just a wild whatever. The main character was poorly casted. I don't care what anyone says. He didn't do a good job. It was boring. And I'm not comparing him to Russell Crowe. He just was boring. And I didn't like him.
Oh, are you talking about Pedro Pascal?
No, Pedro Pascal, he played a villain. Basically the lead is just a younger guy, because he's supposed to be playing Russell Crowe's son or whatever, and so it's just, he's not likable, man, and he's supposed to be this most beloved person in Rome or whatever. It's just Denzel Washington should have been the star the whole time. He was amazing. It's such a VOD movie, it's insane.
Well, I do the naughty thing and I pair him movies, so I pay for it.
Yeah.
So we'll
Ridley Scott's too old. He won't know.
I'll have to watch it at some point, but I just need to get around to it. I just don't really watch many movies and stuff like that, but I'll figure out time.
Yeah,
because I would like to see that.
Yeah, so that's my recommendation. Don't see Gladiator 2, guys. But until next time, we'll probably take off next week. Obviously, next week's Christmas break. But
yeah, I got a whole fucking heaping pile of shit I gotta do.
what I'll try to do is I'll at least try to have a first episode by Christmas, so that we can have at least one episode released on Christmas, and then before the new year we'll have episode 2, and then by then I'll be trying to bank some more, because I realized that we only have this base for like 6 weeks at a time, and so we might as well bank a few episodes out so that when we don't have the base we can still be releasing shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so yeah, keep an eye out for us. Follow us. Follow us on Twitch and Discord, YouTube, all that shit. Thanks a lot, guys. John looks like the Ukraine president when he's out in the field.
Dude, I'm literally
Zelensky. You're Zelensky in it. We will not surrender. We will not negotiate.
He also giggles like that too.
Hey everyone, Cecil here. Feeling stuck in a dinner rut and tired of eating the same thing over and over? With HelloFresh, you can skip to grocery store and whip up delicious home-cooked meals in no time. They deliver fresh, pre-portioned ingredients straight to your door, along with easy-to-follow recipes that fit your schedule and taste. From creamy pastas to hearty bowls, there's something for everyone. And here's the best part. Use our promo code at the bottom and you'll get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for the life of your subscription. HelloFresh makes dinner easy.